Back at it, episode 50.
Hey.
Welcome world. The Great American Hip Hop Debate Podcast. This is celebration. Episode 50. Shout out to Brother F. Shout out to Straight Fuego Studios. Shout out to my co-host VSOP.
Hey, you know what it be.
Shout out to my co-host Bludshot. Damn, my bad to cut you off. Shout out to my co-host VSOP. Shout out to my co-host Bludshot.
Hold on, you're not gonna cut me off, right?
No.
All right, we're good, baby. We go, my brothers. Let's go. Episode 50.
He said he's not gonna cut me off and this is what's good. Episode 50. Shout out to all the listeners. Shout out to all the fans. Shout out to all the subscribers. Shout out to all our friends. Shout out to anybody who's told a friend, who's shared, who's promoted, who gave us some, what's it called?
Shout outs.
Who gave us shout outs, of course, but what's that shit called? No. Like feedback.
Yes.
What is it? Critical. Damn, what's the word I'm thinking of?
Critique? A critique?
No,
critique.
You're a constructive criticism.
Constructive criticism, yes. Shout out to anybody who's given us feedback and or criticism. Shout out to all the subscribers, all the followers on all the socials.
Word, all the fans.
Again, the Great American Hip Hop Debate Podcast, episode 50. Shout out to everybody who made this possible.
Yes.
We do it for y'all, man.
Shout out to the fans and the fan that has joined the show, the guests, baby. Prince, most, that's first and foremost.
Yeah, absolutely. Shout out to our co-hosts who aren't here right now, who check in from time to time. The brother Black Dawn.
Shout out to him.
The brother J Kid, the brother J Trees. Shout out to the brother F who stepped in for an episode.
That's right.
Shout out to the brother Eric who stepped in for an
Brother
episode.
Eric, yes sir.
Mr. Herrera.
Like you said, shout out to everybody who's been up on the show. Most recently, the brother Cortez was up here. Shout out to him.
Yeah, man.
Dope show.
The brother One Got Beats been up here.
Family right there.
Mesa, J Peso.
The brother Mesa, the brother Bugs, the brother Peso, the brother J. Little.
Jonathan Hillerman.
Hillerman, NFL running back.
Yo. Big shout out
YP.
To one of our first guests who we don't give enough credit to and we don't give enough shout outs to, DJ Juice, taking it back, baby.
Oh yeah, DJ
man.
Juice, the legend.
Originator.
Shout out to DJ Juice, Jersey. Came through on an early episode. Definitely showed us love.
Shout out to YP.
Shout out to the brother YP.
Shout
out to PY.
Killer Seasoning. Be wise.
Definitely be wise.
Many minds and Titograms, also known as the Bread Route.
Oh, the Bread Route. Let's go. Bread Route's in motion.
That's right.
Did we say the brother Killer Season? Shout out to the brother Killer Season. Shout out to the brother F, Mom Dukes, who came through with the Killer Season special empanadas.
Holy shnikes.
Who else we had up here?
Oh my god.
Damn, if we forgot to mention you, shout out to you.
Shout out to
apologies in order.
Hollywood, word up.
That was a dope interview. Damn, I'm trying to just remember who else. I did say the brother One Got Beats.
Petey Martinez.
Oh yeah, the brother Chef Petey for sure.
Good looking.
Shout out to the brother Fidel who been up here taking the flicks.
Oh yeah, shout out
to Created.
Mr. I Create It.
Absolutely.
Lots of I's, lots of T's.
Damn, and anybody else? Anybody else who's called up, who's shown love, who's come through. Shout out to everybody who's lined up to come through. We got a couple big names come through in the upcoming weeks.
Yeah, man.
Congrats to y'all. Congrats to y'all, brothers. Congrats, brother.
Congrats to you, my brother. Congrats to both of y'all, man.
Absolutely. This podcast started from our group chat where we just used to like talk mad shit.
Yeah, talk mad shit.
Debate hip hop, whatever, and we was always like,
we still talk shit.
Yeah, we still talk mad stupid shit.
For real, big time.
And we would always be like, oh, we should do a podcast. We should record this shit somehow.
Yeah.
We linked with brother F. I believe it was through the brother J. Little. Shout out to brother Little.
Another guest.
Another guest, absolutely. And we came up here with the Black Dawn, right? For episode 1. Episode 1 was Biggie, Jay-Z, and Nas.
Yeah.
Right? And I think I know the brother Bloodshot was on there. Was J Kid on the episode?
Nah.
Was it just you
Nah,
on the check?
it was just it was just four. It was just us four. Started off, yeah.
Right. We linked with Brother F.
Yeah, he didn't he didn't know that we were gonna record that day. Shit. He was surprised.
Brother F didn't know?
Did we know we were gonna record?
I had a very
I think so.
I figured we were gonna record that.
Did we have like a game plan or like a format?
Not at all, really.
I don't think so. We
go in there and talk shit about the Biggie, Jay-Z,
we
and
just
Nas.
came in and freestyled.
But it came out pretty dope though. I'm not even front.
Yeah, you three called me up.
And he was on the phone.
You know, that was the you two, the Black Dawn, y'all three, and then we debated about that. That was the first theme, I guess. So, the first show that we picked out. Going on that.
That was the first debate.
But we didn't have like no segments, no nothing, no plan really. I think.
Oh man! Well, shout out to everybody who's been tuned in since episode 1. Shout out to the brother Henry. Shout out to the brother Eric, the brother Brian. Everybody else.
Everybody.
Pardon my memory lapses, but shout out to everybody. On that first episode, I believe Nas won.
Yeah, by
Nas was voted the GOAT MC of the 3
by 1 vote.
A vote of 2-1-1. So y'all two brothers, Brother Blood and VS, y'all voted for Nas. I voted for Hove. And the Black Dawn. Shout out to the Black Dawn. Matter of fact, I think he's still in the motherland, but he's visiting his son. Shout out to the baby. Shout out to the Breath babies.
Word.
Shout out to the Breath moms. Shout out to the Breath wives. Shout out to the Breath fathers.
Hey.
Make sure everybody's following all the socials at GAHHD_podcast, at deadass_worldwide, at the real VSOP on Twitter.
That's right.
At call me_Joseph_ I believe. At the brother at Ephraim R711, the brother F for all studio needs and or requirements. What else? I think that's it.
The sponsors.
The sponsors. Yeah. Shout out to motherfucking Crazy Horse. If you're from a throwback generation like us, you might have thrown Hawaiian Punch into your Crazy Horse.
Hey, what you know about that?
Made what I like to call the number 4 school park juice, the jungle juice.
Hot juice.
You had that Easter pig before when, huh?
Yeah, that was that wild times and stuff. I definitely recall some fun nights.
Oh yeah.
Shout out to Dutch Masters.
And burning the business.
And as always, we doing this one for cheap time.
Always for
cheap time. Shout out my nigga Miklo.
Yo.
Absolutely, right here to my left.
And my fluorescent skin.
But real quick, going back. So Nas won the first battle. But the other day, Blood and I had a conversation where I believe you had changed your mind and come over to the right side.
Ooh.
Can you delve into that a little?
Oh, you trading?
Come over to the best side. West side. Best side.
I'm gonna open cases on all you unloyal bitches.
So, I honestly, man, this debate is so crazy because I flip-flopped so many times on this shit. Originally, we did the first show. I went with the best MC, and even though we had the categories, I still was like on some verbally, I think Nas takes it. Going back, I was like, you know what? If you factor in the actual categories, which was the show was about, I think Biggie takes all those categories, right? But then I remember maybe like a month ago, I was listening to, I think it was like volume 2. And I remember how I felt when I copped it, and I was like, yo, this album is the shit. And then I think I went back and listened to like volume 1. And I used to talk shit because it's the second album after Reasonable Doubt. And I was like, yo, this album is the shit. So I remember how I used to feel when I would go cop a Jay-Z album. Like, I was like, yo, this nigga's the man. I don't give a fuck. Like, it didn't matter.
Even copping the bootlegs before the albums came out.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. So, ain't no other artist, pause, made me ever feel that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've been starstruck by, like, Redman. I've been starstruck by, like, the Woo, Mobb Deep. But keeping it consistent for fucking 10 summers to maybe now going on 20 plus odd summers, him being the dude, like, ain't no other rapper like that, I think,
Yeah, Jay's definitely had the most consistent run. If
Yeah.
if not of all time, definitely up there with. I don't even know who else would contend with him. I think the only contender would be like a present day Drake, who's on a crazy tear. But
that nigga's on a run. What up?
I think that's one of the factors as to why I thought Jay was the dominant MC, because he did get to go on a run, and he did get to prove his consistency and his longevity. He did get to evolve. He did get to do like try new sounds and experiment and different producers and
he was able to adapt to
collaboration albums.
Even beyond rap.
Even what?
Beyond hip hop.
Oh yeah, definitely.
As far as ownership
and that's one of the things that will always be detrimental to me when it comes to the argument for Biggie, is that because he transitioned so young in life, like we never got to see his evolution. So he'll always be a what if. And with the what if, it's 50-50. He could have been this or he could have been that, and we'll just never know. So exactly. I just think Jay and Nas to an extent, but I just always think Jay was the more dominant, the bigger artist, the bigger songs, the more commercially successful, but also the more like just better song actual writing and like lyrical, like just bars. I always thought Jay was, not that he dominated Nas. They were neck and neck.
No,
to me, Jay always.
As far as
he
bars,
owned the year though, like he owned every year. Like he said summers, but I think it even goes beyond that because
remember he used to drop albums in the winter for a little while. He dropped in November, December times.
Yeah.
But that I just wanted to tie that back to like celebrating episode 50, but going back to episode 1, because today we're here to actually debate the teams, no, better yet, the labels that these rappers were a part of, that these rappers led, actually, because they were, they were the
lead artists.
Yeah, they were the superstar artists of these labels.
Yeah, the cornerstone artists.
So in one corner, you got Biggie and Bad Boy Records, Puff, Mace, 112, The Locks, Total,
Carl Thomas,
Word,
Black Rob.
When they went into pop, they had Dream. They had Danity Kane, Day 26. The white boy that branched off of Day 26.
That guy.
Justin some shit. They had
Janelle
the other
Monáe.
Janelle Monáe. They
had
the other white boy Kane. He never blew up, but I always fucked with him for some reason.
Dirty Money.
Dirty Money.
Boy, yeah.
What's this other white boy that he's like their biggest artist right now?
Machine Gun Kelly.
Oh,
MGK. Yeah, he's Bad Boy. French. I mean, the list goes on and on, man.
Yeah. Again, spearheaded by Big and Puff. Then in the other corner, you got Rockefeller Records, spearheaded by Hove, Dame, Biggs. Then they had
the producers.
They had as producers they had Just Blaze, and Kanye. But then Kanye evolved into something so much bigger that we're gonna talk about him later as like his own segment.
Yeah. But even before that, like Clark Kent.
Yeah, Clark Kent. What was the other homie's name? Ski. Definitely.
Young Guru.
Premier on a lot of shit. Bink.
Yeah.
But then artists, they had Siegel, Bleak.
Oh, the whole state prop.
Mill, the whole state prop. Dipset, Cameron. Kanye.
Later on,
what was
MOP?
Yeah, later on, MOP.
Christian.
Yeah, Christian.
You talking about the shorty, the little shorty?
The singer at the end.
Tierra Marie.
Yeah.
The list goes on as well, bro.
Remember they had Rock La Familia, the Latins, with like Hector El Father.
Oh, yeah.
What was that rapper?
True Life?
No, Aztec. Oh, they also had True Life.
Yeah, True Life, Aztec. Freeway.
Oh,
absolutely.
Shit. Freeway.
Yeah. Young
the
Guns.
Whole state prop, yo. Beanie Siegel, Young Guns, Oskino, Emilio Sparks, Petey Craig.
Yeah.
What was
State prop was the
shit. I was gonna ask you. Was Rihanna a Rockefeller? when she first?
I think
She
she
was
was.
Def Jam.
I think
She was Def Jam.
Hov signed her, to Def Jam.
Because
Or
I
Roc
think Tiara
Nation.
Marie was like the princess of Rockefeller, if I recall,
Yeah,
like her
exactly.
introduction and shit.
Exactly.
But they both had decent, like, superstar artist-filled stables. They both had like fucking killer rappers with the locks and the state props.
Yeah.
Black Rob, I don't know if we mentioned Black Rob.
I said Black Rob.
Black Rob is my nigga. G-Dep,
They both also developed dynasties beyond music.
Yeah.
They both branched off into other, films, clothing, restaurants, liquors.
True.
Multimedia. Yeah, so definitely we want to get into that. We want to kind of break down into almost like rounds. I definitely want to get into Big vs. J a little more in depth. I want to talk Puff versus Dame and how they kind of branched off the brands.
I like that. Yeah.
I want to talk the bench. Locks, State Prop, Black Rob, Cam, all of them. I want to compare R&B artists they messed with. Definitely their producers.
Producers were.
What they did outside of music, what we were just talking about. I want to talk Kanye, but again, I think Kanye evolved into something so much bigger that I don't think Bad Boy had anything in that realm. Maybe Mace, but even Mace, like Kanye is so many levels above whatever Mace accomplished.
Yeah,
you're absolutely right. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Maybe Diddy himself, you know what I'm saying? But then
Diddy himself,
you have Hov,
right?
You have Hov,
exactly.
The same difference. Yeah.
We'll talk their legacies, and then we'll get into their present day relevance.
Yep.
Then I obviously we'll hit the Money Burnz Love Song of the Week.
Hey.
Real quick, shout out to both of these dynasties and what they represented, and also what they kind of like taught hip hop, kind of like what they showed us. Something that I think everybody after them
emulated, exactly.
Tried to recreate, tried to copy.
Yep.
Boutique labels started popping up and stuff. But what these guys did was kind of like
groundbreaking.
The evolution of what Def Jam did.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Or what Russell started.
Right, and they took it even a step further.
Yeah.
Partnering with labels as opposed to
being labeled,
to like being sub labels.
Yeah, exactly.
They actually formed partnerships and were their own entities.
Yeah.
And I mean, this is these guys were like some of the first people to start getting that real hip hop money.
Exactly.
Yeah, where they're considered still to their dynasty, and even still in some capacity doing it.
Yeah.
Right now.
As far as that influence is always going to live.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I think what's even more, how could I put it? I don't want to say precious, but like what's worth more than anything is the fact of what they left behind and how they showed people how to do it.
Yeah,
correct. I think you can consider Roc Nation a derivative of Rockefeller.
I totally agree. And I was just gonna say, like in present day, I think Roc Nation kills anything Bad Boy's doing. But before we get to the present day, let's go back to the past, to the beginning. Let's actually go to the Bad Boy versus Rock. Actually, we got a mix. We have an intro. So let's go to the intro. The Bad Boy versus Rockefeller intro from the Bad Boy versus Rockefeller mixtape that came out a few years ago, released by Last Breath Entertainment. Brother F got that queued up. So let's get into that real quick.
Who did
and
that?
then
That's
we'll
my nigga DJ Money Burnz.
Who did that?
Some
Was that
cats.
Sub-Zero?
Oh, DJ Sub-Zero. Yeah.
That's right.
Shout out to me for that intro.
Shit.
Nah, that shit was cool.
Nah, that shit was dope, man. I remember amazing myself.
You were so impressed with yourself.
For real.
You were amazing.
Yo, we was all like, you did this shit on that? You ain't do this shit, nigga.
I will. Nah. You lying.
Nah, where you got that from, for real. Nah.
Cold-blooded.
That was from a mixtape called Rockefeller versus Bad Boy, or Bad Boy versus Rockefeller, and that's what we're here to debate today. Let's start with Big and J. Better. First of all, let me ask you. All right, Blood. You said earlier you were riding with J and VS. you originally voted for Nas, but excluding Nas in a Big and Jay battle?
Yeah, man, it's gonna have to be Jay, man. Jay's just got too much, man. He could do so much. Like he's shown. I'm sorry, he's shown that he could do so much with his lyrical ability and putting words together and even making great songs. Not just being able to out rap everybody, just being able to throw words together and being able to make great songs at it, like anthems and shit that last forever and shit.
Yeah, but wait, my nigga, we doing it in like longevity terms, or we doing it in terms of like if they both on a track, like who's gonna wash who? How we debating this?
I mean, I think you have to factor everything in. So whatever your personal factors for who you, because if we go into like subcategories, we could be here forever. Who had better singles or who had better records or who had better verses.
But that's why
who killed who on tracks when they were together, like you said. There's so many subcategories. But if I was just asking you, Biggie or Jay,
I'll probably say Big.
You might go Big.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll go Big.
All right. And Blood, you think Big was a better rapper bar for bar than Jay?
Yeah, bar for bar, yeah. Beginning to end.
Even with only having like a limited amount of output?
Yeah.
Well, that's the problem. You can never pit them against each other evenly. So I'm trying to put them in like a closed environment. Like 50 songs for 50 songs, I think Big will wash them. But I fuck with Hov otherwise.
So you think Big has more big records than Hov?
Yeah, no pun intended. Yeah, he got more. I think he got bigger records. Yeah, right.
You think Big has 50 records?
Yeah, I don't think so.
Hell yeah.
That's I want to know what the listeners would think. Let's not say 50 because I think that's a stretch. Like that's a big number. Yeah. But let's just say a 20, like a regular versus. If it was Big and Jay
regular versus,
in a regular 20 versus, you think Big got bigger records than Jay?
Yeah, because he got songs that I'll hear and it cancels everything automatically. You know what I'm saying? Like one more chance. That's just canceling everything, my nigga. I don't give a fuck what Jay-Z plays, nigga. I'm like, nah, nigga.
But you don't think Jay got songs like that?
But one more chance, my nigga. Again,
but
like,
that's just
ain't nothing fucking.
That's one point. But like, I don't know what's a big Jay-Z song.
Juicy, you know what I'm saying? Like I can keep going, yo. For real.
Yeah, okay. Like, all right, that's a good example. That's two good songs right there. That if Big plays that, what is Jigga gonna play to beat it?
I think Big might have 10 of those. But I think Jay might have 10 back.
Okay, so for example, the first song he said, what is Jigga gonna play, yo?
But like a song like that, if Jay is playing it
what is Jigga play? You're not answering the question.
But listen, if he's playing the verses strategically, he's gonna play whatever because he knows he's not gonna get that point. So he would wait for a round to play. He wouldn't try to beat it.
That's a good point. Yeah.
That is a good point because at a certain point, Jigga does have way more hits.
That's what I mean. So he'd sacrifice that point.
Hold on a second. Right. Not to sidetrack real quick to get on some soft shit, but I just seen the Ashanti versus Keisha Cole battle that happened, and aside from Keisha Cole being late for hour and a half late to the show, I thought that she had songs that fuck with Ashanti, you know what I'm saying? Because they're two totally different levels, but then Ashanti was going second. You feel me? So every time that Keisha Cole played something, she would play something upbeat. You know what I mean? There was times that she couldn't fuck with the single though. Like she'll play another song and be like, chill. That's still a point for Keisha. Yeah. So I think Biggie goes first or second. He's still gonna you can't beat Juicy and you can't beat One More Chance off Rick. So that's already like.
That's two.
Yeah, that's 2 out of 20 songs. Well, all right, so and I can keep going though, you know.
Yeah, what about Hypnotize number 3?
All right.
Who Shot Ya? Come on, man, ain't nothing fucking with Who Shot Ya.
All right, but if you're voting for Jay-Z, give me rebuttal Jay-Z songs.
Damn, that's
don't just list with him.
Nah, I know. I'm just saying like
cannot the hustle. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, would go.
Yo, you gotta play Can't Knock the Hustle after Biggie plays something that you're like, alright, hold on, we gotta give this round to hold. You know what I'm saying?
But what about like I Just Wanna Love You?
Yeah, or Dirt Off Your Shoulders.
Okay, so it depends what song is playing though. Like like I Just Wanna Love You is not gonna be One More Chance.
Or what's the shit? Or like Rock Boys. I think nothing. I don't know if Big got
Rock Boys.
If you play Hypnotize and you play Rock Boys, I'm not going Hypnotize right away.
Yeah.
Over Rock Boys, you tripping, my nigga.
Wow,
Rock Boys is alright.
And don't get me wrong, Rock Boys is a personal favorite of mine.
You got bigger hits than that, though. You feel me?
Yeah, like
but that's what I mean. If you're just playing strategically dope J songs, there's shit that can battle.
But it depends.
He's got way more. He's got way more.
Like I can make a list of Biggie tracks that be like chill, be like, yo, Jay-Z, it's gotta be like, yo, for Jay-Z to beat him on this, he gotta play this. And it's tough because I'll name you like bangers that I'll be like, yo, I'm not picking over this song. I don't give a fuck what song Cole plays.
See what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying?
So you'd have to make the lists.
Yeah, that's
we'd have to make.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like we should do it. Like we should do our own versus battle. Like Jay-Z versus Biggie, but that's kind of what we're doing right now.
Yeah, but no, it would be good to actually go really in depth and play the songs. But the thing about versus battles is like it's also character driven in a sense.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying? Because you have to sell the song.
And not only that, the whole point is that people are watching.
Yeah.
So you gotta sell you gotta have that energy. You gotta sell the presentation.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think obviously it would be impossible to do the actual.
It would be, yeah.
But if it were possible, I don't know. They're both like I don't know, like laid back, that neither one is hype, and they're both too cool for school and shit.
Yeah. Yeah. It just be on the strength of the single.
Yeah, but all right. So what do you think is Biggie's best album?
Best album?
His best album?
Yeah.
Life After
Death.
All right. So what do you think Hov's best album?
His best album? I would probably say either Blueprint.
Reasonable Doubt.
No, I would either say Reasonable Doubt, not Reasonable Doubt. His best album is either Blueprint or Volume 2. The shit, Hard Knock Life. Whatever Hard Knock Life is, whether it's Volume 2, Volume 3, whatever. Hard Knock Life or Blueprint is either his best two albums.
All right. Do you think either of those albums fuck with Life After Death?
Reasonable Doubt, but it's not, it's not beating Life After Death though, because it's a double album, obviously. Maybe you put two albums together like Reasonable Doubt and Blueprint. Nah. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, honestly, I think the only volume whatever Hard Knock Life could fuck with Reason or not with Life After.
With Life After, you think so, my nigga?
Yeah.
I recall Hard Knock Life having like a skip or two.
Yeah, it had the Mariah skip.
I don't. Life After Death doesn't really have any skips, but there's times that you skip some shit. Like
because
maybe Player Haters or like Another.
Okay. Oh yeah.
So that's what I mean. They both have like. If you're comparing it to Volume 2, they both have skips.
Volume 2, Volume 2 is crazy.
Where Reasonable Doubt, although it's obviously a much shorter album.
Yeah.
I don't really think it has skips.
It's 14
It has
songs.
one skip. I think at the end.
Reasonable Doubt.
You Must Love Me. I don't really. I listen to You Must Love Me.
Nah, You Must Love Me is on Volume 1.
It's on Volume 1, yeah. You Must Love Me is on Volume 1.
Is it on Volume 1?
Yeah.
So then I'm thinking something else on Reasonable Doubt towards the end.
Reasonable Doubt has 14 songs.
I don't know, but I think it's comparable, but I don't know if anything beats Life After Death.
Yeah.
If any album. I think Wu-Tang Forever is like possibly
the only one to give it comp. Yeah.
True.
All right,
it's like a perfect album.
Good shit.
How about like?
Go ahead.
Who had better guest appearances?
Jigga. He had DMX.
Over time, Jigga.
Yeah, he wound up having just
he ends up winning that portion.
Yeah.
Let's see what else.
Like impact and influence. I mean, we all know who wins that one. It's
Legacy Legacy got to go to Jay. I think. Consistency. Yeah. You know.
Even though I ain't gonna front with Life After Death, Big changed like a lot of shit with rap. Like rap changed after that with Life After Death.
Yeah, but I think
the sound of it, the whole content of it, the whole production of it, everything changed, I think, with Life After Death. And as much as you say, of course, Puff had to do with it, so did Big, though. Big was a big fucking conduit in it. I think I think
a lot of people emulated Big. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? After his passing.
And Big, his album After Life After Death, a lot of people tried to recreate that album. So I get what you're saying. Yeah. Like they would try to do like, all right, I need my Bone Thugs song, I need my West Coast song.
Yeah, I need my girl song.
My girl song.
Yeah.
So I get what you say on that, but do you think Jay did that multiple times over the course of his career, where he would do like soul samples? Now everybody's doing that, and then he would be like, I'm now gonna move on to like, I'm gonna fuck with Timberland, and then everybody fuck with Timberland.
At one point, he said, "Fuck that Jersey shit, put on some button-ups," and everybody followed suit.
Yeah, that goes even further beyond like music.
That's what I mean. Like his influence, his reach. Like he just had way more of it than fucking. I think even though, like I said, even though with Life After Death, Big changed a lot of shit. Just Jay-Z just had a.
But when Biggie was out, everybody wanted to wear a Coogee. Everybody wanted to wear a Versace.
Timbs and all that shit. Of course. Big
time. A lot of people emulated Big. I even go as far as like you could say like Big Pun is like the Latin version of Big. You feel me? Even though Big Pun is like his own fucking world apart, but everything was patterned after Big. It's crazy. But Hov did have a lot of influence. Cristal, fucking.
I think because Hov had the longer career, he's always
he's
always gonna have more of things. He's gonna have more hit singles, more top tens, more successful albums,
things that he puts out.
So I guess in that argument, it's got to go to Jay. Jay has to get the point.
Yeah.
Now let's go into their, I guess, executives.
Right.
Their right-hand mans, if you want to say, their partners, whatever. Puff Daddy and Dame.
Right.
Now I'm
you should be torn.
I love this conversation.
I am
because you should be torn.
I am because I love Dame and what he represents, but I know in the like who succeeded more and who obviously branched off more and who came who's richer, who kind of like dominated more fields is all Puff. Yeah. But they're from the same cloth, you know what I mean?
Of course.
Absolutely.
And from the same era.
Yeah, they both want to push that ownership and that independence. The creating and taking these brands to new levels. Neither one was like studied marketing as far as I know, you know what I mean?
Right.
But they both ended up being like these fucking marketing geniuses that were able to take whatever success came from music and then branched it off into other stuff. And Dame will always represent that for me. And he's the, I want to say he's the wilder of the two, but Puff be doing wild shit too. So it's like my point. Damn, I don't know. I
Puff do be wilder, right?
Puff is a crazy fuck.
He's crazy.
Like,
but
I guess he's calmed down now, but
Puff got more money to be wilder.
They two pioneers, two visionaries, pause. Two fly ass niggas from the hood, two fly hood niggas. Like they just saw like, listen, like we're gonna do it. They
saw the bigger picture.
I think they both took the Russell Simmons playbook, and just like
ran with it.
Took it to the newest Nexus levels.
Yeah, true.
All right, so let's go. Let's start with like clothing. You had Sean John and you had Rockaway.
They were both pretty dope, yo.
They were both dope.
They had their shit. Both of them had their shit.
I think if I had to pick one, I would have rather have gone with Sean John. Because they had the velour suits.
Oh,
and
yeah. I remember the shit. I remember the Sean John
I think
velours.
the Sean John velour suits give it the automatic point.
Yeah.
And I remember Rockaware being like logo heavy.
Yeah.
But definitely they both had their runs. They were both successful.
Yeah.
So I don't remember which one lasted longer. I think Sean John might still be a thing. I don't know if Rockaware is still a thing.
No, I don't think.
No, I think Rockaware is done.
Yeah, Sean John might still exist. I'm not sure.
Last I knew, Rockaware was owned by Liz Claiborne, but that was it.
Damn. Dame branched off into rock films. I don't recall Puff branching off into movies. I know he branched off into acting.
Well, he has Revolt too.
He got Revolt.
He branched off into.
He has Revolt.
But Dame has a channel too. His is more like Dame has a streaming service.
Yeah,
but,
like the Dame Dash Network or something
I think
like that.
Revolt crushes that.
Yeah.
But I was thinking more like films. Dame actually went into directing films.
Okay.
Yeah.
He did the state prop films. He had the Paid in Full. He had a joint called, I think it was The Woodsman. They both went into liquor.
Yeah.
Yeah, both went into liquor.
Dame had Armadale.
Big time.
Yeah.
Big time.
Didn't they have something else after Armadale?
Well,
I think that was just Hove and shit.
Yeah. Then after that, Hove got Ace of Spades.
Oh, Belvedere? Was it Belvedere?
Was it Belvedere? Or did
Belvedere.
they just drink a lot of Belvedere?
No, Belvedere was there.
They owned Belvedere, yeah.
Yeah,
They had the two.
Belvedere,
Yeah. And then Puff
and
had
then,
Ciroc.
Dame Dash got that Dusco shit too, that whiskey.
Now,
Yeah.
Dusco brand, whatever.
Yeah.
But
Puff got Ciroc.
Puffy with Ciroc.
But Ciroc kind of crushed the market when it came out.
Yeah.
And it's crazy because it's called Ciroc. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's a funny coincidence, right? You would think that would be Dame Dash this shit.
What else?
Nah, you didn't like that one?
Nah, I did actually. That's a funny coincidence.
That's a Burnz joke right there.
That is a Burnz joke. Damn. So if you had to pick one though, who would you pick?
What?
It would be Puff.
If you, right, like if you could, if
like even music wise, like music wise,
if one of them wanted to partner up right now, who would you run with?
I mean, I don't know. I'll be honest.
Depends on the offer.
I'll be honest, yo. I fuck with Dame's integrity, yo. That he stays.
I mean, but you don't know. You don't know if Puff has integrity or not. You just, it depends on. I don't know, man. Like, there's a lot of things that have been floated out there with his acts and shit, but it just depends, man.
But if you got a good lawyer and you do your paperwork properly, it's hard. I think it'll be harder to jerk you. But if both of them came with a contract tomorrow, who would you go with?
Being that it would be even in the long run for me, I think I'd go with Diddy.
Yeah, I think I'd have to go with Diddy too. He's just got too many platforms and like
that you could.
I'm not gonna say that Dame Dash is not relevant right now, but Diddy's companies.
Diddy's more relevant.
Exactly right now, like
you know what it is? That if you go with Dame, you go with Dame, you'll own more of your shit.
Well, maybe not. Depending on if we're talking podcasts, it would depend on the contracts and shit. I mean, if we're talking straight music, I think with Dame you would own more.
Like if they both said, listen. If they both said you're gonna get $100 million, you're gonna own your own podcast, and all y'all gotta do is keep recording, I'm gonna go with Diddy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But if they both said the same thing, yeah, I'd have to go with Diddy too. It's more of a guaranteed safe bet. I think he is more culturally relevant still to this day.
Right.
I love Dame. I love everything he stands for. I love what he talks about. Facts. I hate that he got blackballed. I would have to go with Puff.
Nigga, Paid in Full is one of my favorite hood movies of all time, dude.
Paid in Full is a great movie. I still fuck with both state prop movies, but I also fuck with Puff in what's the movie where he smokes the Jeffrey?
That movie's stupid though.
Get him to the Greek.
It's stupid, but I fuck with Puff. I think he did his thing in that movie.
Get him to the Greek.
I like Dame Dash's other movie, the one with Kevin Hart that they
Paper Soldiers.
Paper Soldiers. That shit hard.
right, let's get into role players.
Oh shit.
Obviously, I think Loon. What was the producer?
Mario Winans.
Yeah, Mario Winans.
112.
112.
Carl Thomas. Faith.
Faith
had a run.
Yeah, Faith was a big artist.
He put out Boys in the Hood, which Young Jeezy came from that.
True. Then he had the band from the TV show.
His wifey, Cassie.
What was the girl groups? He had Dream.
Danity Kane.
And he had Danity Kane. And he had Day 26. And the white boy that came from there.
And the white girl from Danity Kane that he wound up booting later.
Yeah. What was
Janelle Monáe.
True. Now he got MGK.
Yeah.
MGK.
French.
Machine Gun Kelly. French.
So Bad Boy had a long, and then they had the producers.
Yo, we forgot Craig Mack, R.I.P.
R.I.P. Craig Mack for sure. Then they had the production squad, the Hitmen, with Stevie J.
Yeah, D-Dot.
What was my man? Ron Lawrence.
Yeah.
Amen Ra. That's a pretty dope roster. That's a lot of platinum records. That's a lot of big hit records. That's a lot of collaborations. A lot of classics.
Wow. The whole shit with him being with Uptown Records, with like the branch off to Mary J.
He did the Dirty
Super
Money
Cat,
album.
Dirty Money, yeah.
Dirty Money. He worked with a lot of different artists.
Yeah. Then all right, on the other side, then we had
it's The Rock.
The Rock, Siegel, Freeway, Young Gun,
Young Gun, Amelia Sparks, Osino,
Dipset,
Cam, Dipset, Jim Jones, Jewel,
Kanye, Bleak. Well, let's not just say Kanye Bleak like that, 'cause that's not even good. So they had Bleak.
Kanye West.
What was the homie's name? They had Christian,
yeah,
Rel.
In the later years, they signed ODB, MOP.
I think they signed Nori.
They did sign
Nori.
They had a Latin division. Rock
True Life.
They had True Life. They signed Tiara Marie towards the end.
Yeah.
Tiara Marie.
I don't remember if Rihanna was technically signed to the Rock or not.
She was Def Jam.
She was Def Jam. All
okay.
Right.
That chick, a mill.
So they had
a crazy roster, yo.
They also had a crazy roster, but I don't think they had as many platinum artists as Bad Boy.
That's a good point.
I think they might be equal in like hit records, although I think Bad Boy had bigger records, like bigger hit records.
You think so?
But
in The Rock,
that is excluding Kanye, because I think Kanye trumps everything Bad Boy has ever done. I think Kanye
music wise.
Yeah.
Really?
I think Kanye alone and his discography and his catalog trumps Bad Boy. Maybe not like in record sales,
possibly,
but like as far as like just music, albums, songs, hit records, big records,
involvement,
sound evolution,
production,
changing music.
Yeah.
So I think it's almost unfair. Like I don't think there's any competition. The biggest B player for Bad Boy, even if it's Puff, even with the run he had for production, where I think at one point he might have produced like 90% of the Billboard Top 10 or some shit. At his peak. Even though Kanye didn't have that dominant of a run at one time, I think over the years what he's done with different artists that he's put out under his label,
just what he's done with art.
Yeah, I think he's up there. I think he even trumps like Big. I think he's up there with Jay, and they're battling because they've both had these long runs and they've branched off into totally different things. I think they're more so neck and neck.
Yeah, absolutely. Like he's already Diddy level, like he's CEO level.
Kanye's a megastar, yo. Like he's not even a superstar; he's a megastar.
And he's an executive that branched off beyond superstar,
billionaire
that makes his own deals.
Exactly,
that makes his own
he's also Kanye, the billionaire Christian.
So I think it's it's almost unfair. It's not a fair fight. B players. But because Kanye's not even a B player, you know what I mean?
Yeah, he would be an A player.
Yeah, he's an A+ player anywhere.
Yeah.
So I think that point got to go to The Rock.
Dame Dash actually is the one that wanted to sign him more than anybody.
Yeah, Dame is the one who believed in him when Jay didn't, and when others. Even though Dame supposedly said that, like he's like, oh, if Kanye makes an album, we'll just throw Cam on every song. And
nah, they were like, nah, even if his album flops and he's whack, we'll just keep him and put all his fucking dope ass records on fucking, with Cameron shits.
Yeah.
Even how like other people have branched, like Cameron and the whole Dipset, how that took off, and then you still got Capo doing it from that, that particular camp.
Yeah, from that family tree. And remember, State Prop had a little run. I think Rockefeller gave more opportunity to like branches to branch off, because they had State Prop, and then State Prop had their artists, and they came out with a clothing line, and they busted out with movies, and then they had Dipset, and then Dipset had their artists, and they came out with different shit, and then they had Kanye, and Kanye eventually developed his label and his artists, and he came out with different shit.
Everything that he did,
crazy. They just,
where Bad Boy was just like Bad Boy, and then there wasn't really like
and it was just really Diddy.
Yeah.
So B or role players definitely got to go to The Rock. While we're on producers,
that's a tough one too, B, because you got to remember, like I
think this one is probably after Jay and Big. This is like the toughest.
This
debate.
Is
there's no dominant
because they both shaped a sound. Like they both had a sound that was dominant in their prime. You gotta remember,
absolutely.
like the Hitmen and all that sound, that Bad Boy sound. That shit was the sound for a minute, yo. It was the sound.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And other people started mimicking it and emulating it. Same as Kanye, Bink, and Just Blaze was the. I keep banging the table. I know was the Rockefeller
sound as well. Yeah, the Rockefeller sound
with the soul samples.
And even before like people started biting it, like everybody came to work with them.
And it was just the sound, and it just sounded so dope, and it was like almost like a breath of fresh air when it came out and shit. Even though at one point, Diddy was mocked for the shiny suit era and all that shit.
That was, I think, in the present time, where if you look back at it now, although it's funny now or whatever, like that shit produced a lot of fucking big records that are gonna last forever.
No, and the whole style, like people got wanted to get fresh. One of the
people go back
shades.
now and like.
You know what I'm saying?
Like they'll do a video in a shiny suit, like to pay homage to that, that time frame. Although it looks a little crazy now, but like that shit at the time was like, oh, they got that.
Yeah,
shiny suits.
But whereas the production, they get criticized for the way that they sampled, like is really like kind of just taken from the original song and not really chopping it up.
Well, both,
you had the difference on the other side where Kanye and Just Blaze, they were using the soul samples, but they were flipping it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, they had a different twist.
You didn't always know where they got the sample from unless unless you had the ear for that. And
even though Bad Boy has the Benjamins, yo.
No, the Benjamins is crazy.
But I think each camp has like different songs. If you're going beats, like Rockefeller got like a Jesus Walks.
Yeah, I know.
And not to say that that's a better beat than the Benjamins, but it's up there. It's like it contends and shit.
Takeover.
But also the albums that were put out under The Rock had other producers that eventually didn't blow up because of The Rock, but like are mega stars in their own right. You know what I'm saying? So you could include that a little bit in the argument, like Timberland. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because a lot of the producers, right? They would work with Jay, but they would also work with the other artists on the label.
True.
So it all tied into that Rockefeller sound, like a Timberland, like a Pharrell, like even a Premier, I think.
Yeah.
To an extent, because he appeared on so many albums that it shaped that sound.
Right.
And they both had their dominant runs where each camp put out a bunch of albums that were selling, and each all the producers got to like branch off and work with other artists and shit. I think it just comes down to preference.
Right. Right. Exactly.
Damn, and I don't know. That's a tough one, because some days you wanna rock out to Mace, feels good, or
why is your girl over there?
Yeah, you wanna rock out to like Whoa or the Flavor in Your Ear remix, or like.
Well, I'm gonna flip the argument on his head right now. Just how we gave props to the other producers on The Rock. You also got to factor in all the Biggie songs. You know what I'm saying? You got like the RZA, you got Primo, you got Havoc, you got. But I think Easy Mo B.
I would say that apart from Easy Mo B, I think all these other producers were more so brought in for the big Life After Death project. It's not like where Primo worked with Hove, but he also had a cut with, I think, Bleak. No.
Who, Preem?
Yeah. Or like Timberland, he worked with Hove, but then he also worked with Kanye, and I think he worked with
He worked with Bleak.
What's this other fucker?
He has a Bleak track.
Siegel.
Yeah.
RZA.
They consider
you know what I mean?
House.
Yeah, like they worked with other artists, where the RZA only came in and worked with Big. He never did that with Mace or some shit.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
I get what you're saying.
But damn, I don't know. If I had to select one team to like produce an album for me, and it was either the Hitmen or
like Rockefeller staff,
Kanye and just Blaze, I personally
would say Kanye.
Yeah, I would go with Kanye and Blaze because I like the soul samples.
You like vocal samples
as opposed to like the actual full song beat sample that a Bad Boy was kind of doing.
Right.
But that's my personal preference. But I think what they were doing was super dope too. I was a big Bad Boy fan.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Damn. So I don't know, if you had to pick one, who would you pick?
I'm gonna go Bad Boy. I'm gonna play devil's advocate and go Bad Boy because just the Biggie tracks are so crazy, even the ones produced by the Hitman.
Like a Juicy is a straight rip, but that shit is a classic song.
Yeah. Like you said, the Benjamins.
What's the song with Puff and Mace that they do the message over?
Can't Hold Me Down.
Can't Hold Me Down. That's like a forever song. And that's
you know what else too? The Life is Filled.
The World is Filled.
Oh, excuse me. The World is Filled. Yeah.
Even a Who Shot Ya. That's not. They didn't do nothing crazy to that sample. If you really listen.
That was Hitman.
Who Shot Ya? Yeah, I think so.
No, the Hitman was Who Shot Ya was Nasheem Merrick.
But he was a Hitman.
Okay, whatever.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah, Just Blaze and Kanye. Who would you select, VS?
I go with Kanye and Just. You know
the producer?
Because I'm a fan of their work. You know what I'm saying? Like,
the soul.
Just the soul sampling and all that.
More drum driven.
Yeah. It was just right up my alley. You know what I'm saying? The kind of music that I like to listen to and also like to make.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I can see that.
All right, so let's give that point to The Rock on a 2-1 vote.
Right.
We already spoke on Kanye.
Yeah. What about R&B?
Yeah, let's. You know what? Let's save R&B for just a little bit later. Let's get into
Empires.
Yeah, let's go into Empires and what they did outside of music and what they did.
Okay.
And again, there's a long legacy on. I think there's a longer legacy on the rock side because you got Dame and Jay, and they both they're both still very active. Even if Dame is not like doing it on a big level, Jay is. So
even though Dame is not prominent, yeah.
So for example, and I think we spoke about this earlier, I think Rock Nation is an extension of Rockefeller.
Correct.
And Rock Nation is probably one of the biggest things out right now. You know, one of the biggest. I don't know if it's called a management firm or
they're a multimedia firm,
or if it's a label.
They're a multimedia
firm. Is it a
firm.
label? Is that a label?
I don't know if it's a label, but they manage a lot of people in and out of music. You know,
that's what I mean. Multimedia. They do everything. They do sports management. They do music management. They do record label shit. They do everything. They do everything.
So
concert promotion.
If
everything.
That's an extension of rock. Like they're still very relevant.
Right.
But let's talk about like during their peak and their runs. Again, Bad Boy has Sean John, and these Rockefeller had Rockaware.
Yeah.
Bad Boy they both had Liquors.
Both had Liquor, yeah.
They both had, what was the other shit?
Clothing.
No, we said
multimedia like you know, Bad Boy got Revolt. You know what I'm saying? Diddy got Revolt.
Yeah, and he also has Blue Flame Marketing.
What's that?
It's like they kind of like what they did with Ciroc, where he buys in and helps a company blow up, and what he did with
like venture capitalists.
Yeah, like Life Water or whatever water it is that he got.
Yeah.
So he kind of does like even I think Revolt was something similar like that.
Yeah. That's considered like you go in as a consultant, like consultations. Like yeah, that's dope. Yeah, he's got the knack for that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But just Revo, man. Revo by itself, that's a big conglomerate.
Yeah. What they did with the production with producers and camps. What else did they do outside of music though? I feel like Rockefeller had a lot more. Rockefeller had films. Bad Boy didn't have films.
Yeah.
Although Bad Boy, if I'm not mistaken, Bad Boys 2 might have been like a collaboration because I know Bad Boy did the soundtrack, but I don't know if it was part of like Bad Boy Films.
Really?
I'd have to look into.
Like
I'd have to
Diddy
Google
bought into it.
Yeah.
You know what he did that was unheard of was do his own distributing. Distribution company. Diddy.
Did he really?
Yeah, he did his own distribution. Did he?
Did he accomplish that?
Did. Yeah, he did. Yeah, I remember that was one of the big announcements that they made. Like, damn, this nigga's the man.
Wow. What else did they do? I feel like there's something we're forgetting that's really obvious. But they both laid blueprints for like entrepreneurs.
Dame Dash to this day, you know, you can say he's not as relevant, but he got like the Dame Dash Network.
Jigga's now moving into the cannabis field.
Well, now they just continue to expand.
And I know Dame always had his hand in it.
Dame was doing art for a while with art galleries in China and in New York. He still has a new wine. I know he still has a clothing line. Yeah. Matter of fact, Dame just had a baby, so congratulations to him and his wife.
Say word. That nigga just had a baby?
Mm-hmm. Remember with
congrats.
The young lady that was like his partner at Poppington?
Oh, yeah.
Rachel, I believe. Rachel something. Or Rachel or Raquel.
Yeah.
I don't recall.
And they had the dog. Like, they both owned the dog. That's cool.
Yeah. But shout out to them. They just did their thing.
Shouts to them.
Blessings to that.
That's dope, Dave. God bless, Dave.
But I think, I don't know. Between, like, I might have to call this one a tie. I think they're both still, they both succeeded in so many facets and assets.
And they're still going.
And they're still building and growing.
Yeah.
To where, like, damn, I don't know if I can select a winner at this time. Like, they both have to end and see
pretty even.
Yeah, and see where, like, I don't know, where one ends or the other. Maybe
when they're both 80 years old.
Yeah, because even in like Forbes annual whatever richest rappers or whatever, they're always battling one. One year one wins, 1 year the other wins between Jay and Puff.
Yeah.
That's black excellence right
so
there.
I think we're gonna have to call this one a tie on that.
Shout out to the Shawns.
Yeah, big shout out. Let's get into that also goes into present day relevance, I believe.
Yeah.
I believe they're I don't know. I think right now Rock Nation has more of a relevance, and they represent these bigger artists than anything Bad Boy's doing right now. I think Bad Boy's a little quiet right now.
Now let me ask you, because go ahead, Harv. I got a big question.
I'm also gonna agree with Burnz on this, because as far as they're not only touching music, they're also touching sports. They're also dealing with the biggest athletes.
Yeah, and even if you contain it to music, they just have such a roster of the biggest artists.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any roster currently that would contend with them.
Right. So, as far as
let me ask you this question.
Present day relevance, I gotta go with Rock Nation on this one.
In terms of the channel Revolt, right? Revolt TV, they do the Breakfast Club, right?
Yeah.
Do they do anything else that we know of that's big like that? Like
they do.
Like, is it a big streaming presence?
They got Drink Champs.
Well, they're a cable channel. I don't know if they're a streaming service.
They got Drink Champs. They got State of the Culture. They got a bunch of.
So
shows.
like, if you watch Drink Champs on YouTube, are they gonna get WAP off that shit?
No, because that's Drink Champs and YouTube.
Yeah.
But if you watch it on Revolt,
they get paid.
They're getting ad money and shit.
And I'm pretty sure
it's more like a channel.
The show is not. Yeah, it's a channel, but that's what I'm saying. Like, the show doesn't belong to the channel. They just
nah,
I don't think so.
No. All right, because I would like to know what he's doing monetary wise in terms of Revolt, because we could say Rock Nation is this big conglomerate, but we only know on the surface the artists and the athletes or whoever they manage, but we don't really know in terms of a network how much money that makes, because that was always my dream, was to own a network. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
that was always my thing. Mm-hmm. So I would love to do what Diddy did, and I would emulate that business plan. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, absolutely. They are both inspirations, and they've built empires that should be emulated and taken beyond. So
that's why I would give it to Diddy.
So you give
in that sense
current present day relevance to Diddy.
Yeah, because of the whole Revolt shit, and the Ciroc obviously is still a liquor to this day that's gonna go on. You know what I'm saying?
It's not a bad choice.
Yeah, no. I can totally see why you would pick. I go with Jay and Rock Nation and Ace of Spades and all the shit.
Duce.
Duce, all that.
Yeah.
But they're both, you go with Jay, right? You said
I said Jay, man. They touch so many. They touch so many so many levels.
Rock.
They do, yo.
They got such a reach. You know what I'm saying?
Legacy and influence.
Oof, again, like I said, Jay said, "Yo, let's go with button ups," and everybody went with button ups. So that just proves his influence on the culture. And that was early. Like, Jay's done so much more now that people are just getting on.
Crazy shit.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like you
Even
said,
the whole, you know what I'm saying?
with the weed,
the roster.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah,
like I
weed.
said, there's so many things that he's on that it might not catch on at first, but people just gonna get on later, and we're all gonna be like, Jay did this already, man. He been on it.
And I think he's done that since day one, like you said. And like he himself said that he was drinking Cristal in his first video when niggas thought it was whatever.
When niggas thought it was I was wearing platinum when motherfuckers thought it was silver and shit.
Nigga, the video, my nigga. Come on, man.
Yeah, man. That was different. Yeah, that was a different run, man. So I like I said,
it was a different form of dominance.
Yeah.
What was that? That was the In My Lifetime remix, right?
Yeah.
Where he's like,
Want to make a toast?
That was on the Streets is Watching.
Stay full of champagne.
Was it on Volume 1? They said the world was full of shit.
Oh no, that was in that was actually, like I said, that was on Streets is Watching that video.
Wow, look at that! I even forgot about that. That Rockefeller put out a movie called Streets is Watching.
Yeah,
Streets is Watching. Yeah.
And that was kind of what brought them back from a little bit of a cold streak.
They were almost on the verge. They were on the verge of hanging it up.
So with legacy and influence, we're going with The Rock.
Yeah,
Rock, baby.
The Rock is pretty dominant.
Yeah, man.
The Rock, man.
Let's go into our final category where I think Bad Boy is actually gonna win this one, and that's R&B.
Yeah, they're pretty dominant.
There's no competition.
Yeah,
they got a lot of R&B hits.
That's why I was asking if Rihanna counts as a Rockefeller R&B artist, because had she counted, she would counteract.
She's an affiliate, but she's not signed to The Rock.
Yeah, she wasn't signed to The Rock.
Nah,
I think as far as R&B, all The Rock had was Tierra Marie at the end, and she wasn't too good.
She didn't turn out to be much.
Yeah, they had Rel, and Rel was cool. Rel had his hits, but it was nothing crazy. They had Christian.
Christian was even cool too.
I like Christian a lot, actually.
Yeah, me too, man. I fucks with them, yo.
Well, come on, man. You're talking about classic R&B.
And that was the thing too. Like they were just a casualty of the fact that they came out in the era of Jodeci and all those great R&B like acts and shit. You know
and they were related to Puff, as a matter of fact. That whole Jodeci movement, the whole R&B thug shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
R. Kelly was even on the fucking Biggie album. He had the other remix,
like actual artists signed to the label.
Roster,
they had classic R&B artists. They had
112.
They had 112.
Yeah,
who has
Total.
Classics. They got Total, who had classics.
Like I said, Faith.
Mm-hmm.
Your boy
down
Carl
the line
Thomas.
later on. Yeah, Carl Thomas is
a beast.
Mario Winans.
Mario Winans was
good albums.
Mario, yeah.
Janelle Monáe later on down the line was like,
she was like Neo Soul,
Grammy winning artist.
Yeah, Neo Soul. Yeah.
She's still doing her thing right now, right?
Yeah, and she branched off into acting. Yeah,
yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. She did a couple movies and shit.
She's a big
beautiful chick.
She's dope, yo. She's dope. She's real dope.
But R&B without question goes to Bad Boy.
Yeah, we gotta give it to them.
Bad Boy.
Yeah, that for sure.
And don't forget, yo, Bad Boy had Shine, my nigga.
Shine
don't sleep on Shine.
Damn, we totally forgot about Shine.
Nah, Shine was a beast, man.
But he just didn't have, he wasn't as successful or as big as he could have or should have been.
Yeah, obviously. Who's successful in prison?
Yeah.
Well, I think he's a politician right now in his native country.
Yeah, I think he got voted to the Senate or some shit. Shout out to him.
He was exiled.
Jamal
Shout out to Shine.
Being that Bad Boy won the R&B segment of the debate, Bad Boy is actually getting the pick for the Burnz Love Song of the Week. It's one of my favorite songs ever. I think it's one of the dopest R&B songs.
No doubt.
Brother F got that tuned up for us, I believe. And this is actually Faith Evans with Used to Love Me.
Oh.
As I tally up the votes, yeah, Rockefeller definitely got this win. They got 3, 4, 5, 6 points to Bad Boys 2.
Wow.
Damn.
So shout out to The Rock.
Yeah. It's The Rock.
Throw your diamonds.
Shout out to Bad Boy though. Bad Boy is always gonna be like such an important part of growing up.
Nah, hell yeah. They definitely shaped the culture.
Watching Diddy go from like a goofy intern to just like at one point he was the king of hip hop.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, Big. Always. Shout out to everything y'all created. Shout out to Hov. Shout out to Dame. Shout out to Kanye.
Shout out to Dame, man.
Shout out to the Locks.
The Locks.
Rest
shout
in
out
peace,
to Black
Craig
Rob. Rest in peace to Craig Mack. Shout out to Black Rob because his first album was like a really fucking dope album from beginning to end. I don't think it gets the props.
It's definitely slept on classic.
Yeah, shout out to Mace. Mace had a good album. G-Dep had a pretty dope album. If you
shout out to G-Dep.
That was a really good album.
Yeah, G-Dep is dope.
What
song was
classic album?
Whose album was Special Delivery on?
I think that was on G-Dep.
That was G-Dep, right?
Yeah.
And the Special Delivery remix with Ghost.
Yeah. Shout out to Freeway. He had a really good album. Shout out to Siegel. He had a couple good albums.
The Stimulus Package.
Yep.
That shit is dope.
Shout out to Dipset. Still doing it to this day.
Capo still doing it. Cameron. They put out good albums on
Diplomat.
Yeah.
A lot of plaques. My brothers, this has been episode 50 again.
50, baby.
Yo, we did it. 50, B.
Yo, 50 more, man.
Shout out to 50 more. Shout out to 2021. Shout out to all the listeners, all the followers. Shout out to everybody checking in on YouTube. Make sure y'all hit the subscribe and hit the notifications, I think, and drop a comment.
Smash that subscribe.
Do all that stuff the kids be saying to do. Shout out to everybody who follows on the socials. Make sure y'all do that. My brothers, y'all got any sign-offs for the people?
Go ahead, Blood.
All right, man. You know, episode 50, baby. Gotta throw on the motherfucking cape, baby. You know what I'm saying? We doing it. God cast for life. You already know my niggas. And let's rock with 50 more, man. You know? Peace out.
Absolutely. Good looking. We're checking in.
Yeah, man.
Brother
50,
VS.
50. Yeah, man. You know what it is, episode 50. 50 more. 50 more after that. 50 more after that. We're going to keep rocking for you, man. We here for you. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, we started this shit for us, but we here for y'all. So, you know what I mean? We doing it.
Thanks.
Thank you, and absolutely. Make sure y'all let us know in the comments who y'all rock with on certain categories, as labels, as artists, who y'all think got better producers, who y'all think had the better R&B, the better role players, who had a longer lasting legacy, who is still more relevant in the present day. Shout out to all the fans again. Shout out to Brother F and Straight Fuego Studios.
Celebration, baby.
Yeah, that's episode 50, y'all. Congratulations. Chin up, chest out. Carry yourself with honor. Carry yourself with pride. And somebody hit my music.
Hey. Yeah, get a drop, yo. Episode 50. Thanks for checking in. God bless. Good night.
Word. Oh, damn. I forgot to mention that. Coming up next, we got the homie Crisis checking in.
Yeah.
And I believe the episode after that, we got the legend Elder Sensei checking in.
Oh.
And then I believe the episode after that,
I'm
just going to freestyle for like an hour. So y'all be ready for that. I got many bars. I get a drink at any bar. I sound like any star. I go plenty far.
Oh man.
Hey yo. Play-Doh. I mold you like Play-Doh. I never play when it comes to my dough. You could never play Joe. I play hoes.
Oh man, please stop rapping before I get the cap.
Thank you.
It's on, nigga. Fuck all that bickering beat. I can hear sweat trickling down your cheek. Your heartbeat sound like Sasquatch feet. Thundering, shaking the concrete. Then the shit stops when I fall the plot. Neighbors call the cops, said they heard mad shots. Saw me in the drop, 3 1/4. Slaughter, electrical tape around the border. Old school, new school, need to learn though. I heard baby burn like disco inferno. Swerve slow like blunts with Gago. Kill more skins than Idaho potato. Niggas know the lyrical molesting is taking place. Fucking with B.I.G. it ain't safe. I make your skin taste. rashes on the masses, bumps and bruises, blunts and land cruisers. Big Papa smash fools, bad fools, niggas mad because I know the cash rules. Everything around me, 2 clock vibes. Any motherfucker whispering about mine. And I'm Brooklyn's finest. Violent, bad boys behind you. 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 Violent, bad boys behind you.
When I'm scrambling that night and it was off and said I brought hammers to the fight, but we from New York City, right, Cam?
Get damn right.
The home of 9/11, the place of the lost towers. We still banging, we never lost power. Tell 'em. Yeah, I'm fucking with PK Springer and Harlem's own gangster. Now that's dangerous, nothing left to say but
The rock bitch killer. There's a war going on outside, no man is safe from. It don't matter if you 3 feet or 8'1". You'll get 8 from a 9M straight blunt, wig split, melon crack, all that on day 1. Carry 8 guns, 2 in the trunk, 2 on the waist, 2 on the ankle, 2 to just spank you. You get jammed with them jammers, playing with the blamers. Hot here, Axe Macy ran to Atlanta. Think you know what life do? Mink on the motorcycle, trinkets they so delightful. Blinging is so much ice blue. In front of Sparks, body Castellano. Block away, watch spot, Gotti and Gravano. It's like Ostra Nostra, someone close approach her. They'll toast you, go for bread, loaf for chauffeur. Old coat, they raise up the snort, blaze up your fort. J Puff shine, cases was caught. Midnight pitch fights, another victim. Watch them, boy, watch. Killer.
It's the home of 9/11, the place of the lost towers. We still banging, we never lost power. Tell 'em.
It's the rock, bitch.
Yeah, I'm fucking with PK Springer and Harlem's own gangster. Now that's dangerous, nothing left to say but
from 101 West to 140 if the shit is live. 5th floor, 56, you know the zip District 5. You on 22nd, hit you from 2-1. That's on Lennox, 7th Ave was News 1.
Coverage at Center Street, got profit defending me. Cause New Yorker miss me if I'm locked in the penitentiary. The judge said it's this, that dog for the Kit Kat Club. But I got enough chips stacked up to make the bitch back up.
Killer, I pitched that bud and I grip that snub to hit that thug. Lay up in the pitch black tub, looking at rich black thugs to get that love. I don't stop till I get back blood. Holla at them home.
Flushing, Marcy, Notion, murder in park. Niggas will drive by in the day, murder you in the dark. That's why the Johnny gun I'm holding. Wet niggas up like the Johnny pump is open, homie. I play hard.
But yeah, motherfucker, but yeah.